Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope to find you all well. Today we are doing a book challenge video. I haven't been tagged to do this or anything. I just saw it when I was looking through BookTube last night, thought it was fantastic, and I was like, I really want to do this. This is a challenge that I think I would be doing really well in, and it was just interesting, it was quirky, I really liked it and I wanted to give it a go. So let's dive into the video of this challenge. So the challenge, it was originally done by a booktuber, BookBinge, which I'll put here, and I will also put her original video in the description box. And her challenge is Quick to Judge Book Challenge. Basically it is you pick between 5 to 10 books and you read the first paragraph in that book and you make a judgment from it, and you will then rank from lowest to highest. The highest one that you really like just by the first paragraph is the book you will read for your TBR. So whichever book wins for me will go into my April's TBR. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's a really simple challenge, but I am someone who always judges a book by its cover. I tend to see a pretty cover and think, oh, that looks good, put it in, and tend to not even read a synopsis until I actually own it. And sometimes pretty covers have the most shittest synopsis. Some covers that really don't look that brilliant are the best books I've ever read. So it'll be interesting to see my judgment in the first paragraphs, because I am one of these people, I like it to go straight into it, no messing about. I do like description stuff, I do like it, but I don't like it being too heavy into it. So it'll be interesting to see what my judgments are and what books I actually rank low to high, because you know, potentially the books that I'm going to pick might actually be one of the best 5-star books that people have said about it, and I have completely judged it of, no, it sounds bad. But yeah, let's go into picking the books. I was going to just pick 5 because I didn't want this video to be too long, but I thought that is just not really much choice. So I'm going to go to the full 10, and I'm going to try and mix up the genres and not just stick to one. So let's see which books I'm going to pick first. Right, so I'm going to pick my books. My bookshelves and book carts are all here. So let's get picking. Right, I actually... One. 2, 3, 4. 5. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, right, round, right, 10. Okay, got 10 books. Okay, so I've got my 10 books, and then it is basically now just reading the paragraph and deciding what I think of it. So the first book I've got is What Lies Between Us by John Mars. This is a crime thriller. I've had it on my shelves for ages. So let's just see. I don't even know what the book's about, so let's just see what the first paragraph is. I have stopped loving you. I have stopped caring about you. I have stopped worrying about you. I have simply stopped. Okay, so this is maybe a man or a woman who has stopped having feelings for their partner then. So it's very simple, very quick to the point, but I must admit I'm intrigued. Like, I want to know why. Why have you stopped loving them? Why have you stopped caring about them? Why have you stopped worrying about them? Why have you just stopped in general? Like, what has happened? Okay, this has got me gripped. I am curious at why. So, a good start. Right, next is The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. Again, this has been on my shelves for so long that I can't remember what it's about. Let's see what this paragraph. Oh, okay. The magpies are back. It's strange to think how much I used to hate them when I first came to this house. I remember coming up the drive in a taxi from the station, seeing them lined up along the garden wall like that, preening their feathers. Okay, honestly, nothing's really happened there. So it's about magpies. Why is she fascinated with magpies? You know, what is this house? There's nothing really going on here, so I can't really... It's about the house and it's about magpies. Nothing really happening, nothing exciting about that. So we're going to put that in the pile. Next, we've got The Whisper Man by Alex North. Again, been on my shelves for ages. Can't remember what it's about. Hey ho. Right. Okay. Jake. There is so much I want to tell you, but we've always found it hard to talk to each other, haven't we? Again, that's nothing. Like, okay, admittedly, I'm curious on who he's talking to. Like, who is it that he hasn't, like, who he's found really hard to talk to? Like, is it a partner? Is it a friend? Is it family? In that sense, I'm curious. But, yeah, okay, I admit that's a bit of a curious one, so I'll put in the maybe pile. Right, next is Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. I've heard a lot about this author and about this book, so it would be interesting to see what the paragraph does to me. A bottle of wine, a family-sized packet of nacho cheese-flavoured tortilla chips, and a jar of hot salsa dip. A packet of cigarettes on the side. I know. The rain hammering against the windows, and a book. I haven't picked really brilliant ones here, have I? Okay, so nothing's really going on there. It is literally someone having some snacks with some cigarettes and a book. It's not got me interested at all. I'm just sort of like, okay, it's just like a normal day for me really, apart from the cigarettes. Right, that's going to go in that pile. Right, then we've got Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. This actually isn't my book. I have been lent it by my book bestie and I still haven't read it, so I really do need to start reading it so I can give it back to her. But let's see what... Hang on, is that... Alright, hang on. Oh, okay. Daddy, you need to check for ghosts. Yeah. Okay, now that is simple but effective because there's ghosts. Or is there ghosts? Like, obviously this is a young child possibly, but why do they think there's ghosts? Is there ghosts going on? Simple, effective, but does it? So we're going to put that on the maybe pile. Okay, so I'm going to just done the 5, so I'm just going to go through the 5 ranking wise. So bottom, next bottom. That is going to go 3rd, I think. That's going to go 2nd, and at the moment Home Before Dark is 1st. So that's the order I've done them at this particular moment. I have 5 more. So next, Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. I know what this is about. I do love Angie Thomas, so it will be interesting because I do know her writing style and what it's like to determine my sway and things. So, Prairie. When it comes to the streets, there's rules. Simple, not really much going on, but I am curious to know what these rules are. Okay, this has potential. This is a potential. Next is Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm gonna be totally honest, this is the book that I've owned since forever, like probably maybe a year or more. It is a book that I've had so many arguments in my head of whether to keep or unhaul because I still have yet to read it. It's one of those books that everyone says is fantastic, but it's quite slow at the start, and this is one of those books that I just haven't really vibed with. So I put this in this challenge because I thought it would be a good way to make a judgment actually by the writing itself, if I can get to the actual thing. Okay, 1969. Marsh is not swamp. Marsh is a space of light where grass grows in water and water flows into the sky. Slow moving creeks wander, carrying the orb of the sun with them to the sea, and long-legged birds lift with unexpected grace, as though not built to fly, against the roar of 1,000 snow geese. Too descriptive, don't really care about a marsh, they're not exactly the most prettiest of things, and that there's nothing going on. It is just describing a marsh that's boring and not a pretty sight. So that's going at the bottom. Didn't like it, sorry. This is going to probably be the book that I need people to tell me whether to keep or unhaul, because at the moment I'm not vibing. Right, Throne of Glass, Sarah J Maas. Now this is quite... I love Sarah J Maas, she's my favourite author. So I'm going to be honest, this is actually probably not a good book to pick because I do love her writing and everything. So because I like her books and everything, that might sway me, but I've read a novella of this and I've been meaning to read this series, but there's so many books in the series, I've just sort of been, nah. But let's see what the first paragraph is. After a year of slavery in the salt mines of Endovia, Selina Sardofian was accustomed to being escorted everywhere in shackles and at sword point. Most of the thousands of slaves in Endovia received similar treatment, though an extra half-dozen guards always walked Selina to and from the mines. That was expected by Ardalan's most notorious assassin. What she did not usually expect, however, was a hooded man in black at her side, as there was now. See, I shouldn't have picked this book because it is. Sarah writes straight to the point. So I read a novella, so I know why Selina's slaved at the minute. However, I am curious to know who this hooded man is. I'm curious to know where she's particularly going at this particular moment, and I'm obviously curious to know, does she get out of slavement? So this has potential, as we know it is. It's Sarah J Maas. Next book is a very big book, very, very big chunky book. The Prairie of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I've heard fantastic things about this book, but it's huge. It's a thick boy, and I'm going to be totally honest, the reason I haven't picked it up is because it's so big. But I don't really know much about this book. I just know when I got recommended it by my favourite independent bookstore, the owner told me that it was a book I needed to read. So, it's beautiful. Sorry, sidetracked. The stranger came out of the sea like a water ghost, barefoot and wearing the scars of his journey. He walked as if drunk through the haze of mist that clung like spilled silk to Siki. Oh. I want to know who this stranger is. kind of want to know why he's got so many scars. What has he been up to? And interesting to know what this person is. Okay, I'm very intrigued in this one as well. Okay, I'm not making this easy now, am I? Right, lastly, From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is a book that I've been desperate to read, to be honest. Gonna be honest, I really want to read this book, but let's see. They found Finley this eve, just outside the Blood Forest, dead. Ooh, simple again, effective though. Why is he dead? What's happened to him? What's the Blood Forest? Why is it called the Blood Forest? Genuinely want to know why this Finley is dead. Okay. We're in a dilemma because there are some potentially really good books. So I'm going to sort them out because they're all in things and then get back to you for a second. Okay, so I've ranked these ones. Bottom. These are these are going to be a no because nothing about, like, they haven't really stood out. So it's between Home Before Dark, Concrete Rose, The Prairie of the Orange Tree, Throne of Glass, and From Blood and Ash. Okay, guys, I don't know what to do. To be honest, I think this is probably going to be a no, just because it's just I'm curious about what these rules are, but that's it. So yeah, no, that's going to be on top there. Right, Home Before Dark. Let's look at what that one was again. Every house has a story to tell a secret. Oh no, sorry. That wasn't. Daddy, you need to check for ghosts. Okay. I am intrigued by this because are there ghosts? Why are there ghosts? So definitely thinking about this. Throne of Glass, obviously I am intrigued and I'm drawn to it, I'm not gonna lie. However, Sarah J. Maas is my favourite author, and I think because I'm used to her writing style and I do love the way she writes and everything, I'm going to give that, and this probably have an advantage, so I'm going to put that down just for that. Okay, From Blood and Ash, I must admit I am intrigued to know why Finley is dead. Why is he dead? So that still has a thing, and obviously Liz. Okay, I am curious to know who the stranger is, but there isn't really nothing much else to it. Like, I want to know who he is and why he's got lots of scars. But saying that, still, it's sort of a bit like, well, I could have done with a little bit more. So no, we're going to put that there. Okay, so it's between these two. Do you know what? I'm gonna do, this. It's gonna be this. The only reason I'm not doing this because for two reasons. I want to read it anyway, so that makes it an advantage. And two, this might actually be for a vlog I'm thinking about. So I'm gonna put that as second. Okay, we're gonna go with Home Before Dark. So firstly, let me show you the order if I had them the right way around. So, order. This is what happens when you're a midget and you have got very little armament. So, Red Recorded Sing at the bottom, Home Before Dark is at the top. So, Home Before Dark. That is what we are going to go with. I am curious to know why there are ghosts. Are there actually ghosts? If there's ghosts, where are they? And I've been meaning to read this since it's not actually my book, and I really should give it back to Hannah. So we're going to read this. This is going to be for my April TBR, so look for that TBR video when it comes up. Anyway, so that is the book challenge. I love it. I just thought it was really cool and quirky and different, and it didn't take much thinking or anything like that. I'm going to tag a couple of people to do this challenge just because it would be nice to get others to do it, and also be nice because it obviously plays a part with your TBR. But yeah, so that is my challenge. Home Before Dark's 1. So we are going to be reading this for April. I'm excited. I have a feeling I'm probably going to be creeped out by this book, but you know, we gotta get some creepiness in lives. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to take part in this challenge, please do. Just make sure you put the original video in your channel, because I don't want, you know, it to play off, you know, it's BookBinge's idea. She did it, add her in so she gets credit. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you haven't, please subscribe, like, comment, do your thing. Lastly, just because, you know, I am struggling with the book, thoughts. If you think I should read this book, sell this book for me. You know, be a person who works in a bookshop or a librarian, anything, just try and sell this book to me, because at the minute this is probably going to be unhauled because I've had it for over a year. I'm not vibing with it. The beginning part of it is boring. So if you've read it and you loved it, sell it to me. Otherwise it's going to be going somewhere else into a new home. But yeah, I'll see you again soon. Take care and goodbye.